Okay, 2203, good luck. So we've not played before, we have no head-to-head score. Opponent 306 games, so still in the process of building a rating. I'm going to match that. Okay, I'm going to go G3. Okay. So we're probably going to do something similar. He's launched forward, okay. Let's just play knight up for now. Now I can do this and this, or I can do this and this, that sort of concept. Or maybe just go here immediately. I'm going to play d3, I think. Okay, now bishop up. We'll probably see a pawn push, I would guess. Knight in's a bit of a nuisance move, but it's not really threatening anything as such. Obviously, everything's well covered. Okay, I'm going to go forward. You could play this, I guess, which he's done. So I'm going to take the knight. Now I'm going to drop the bishop all the way back and see what happens with this knight. Maybe go on the diagonal. Okay, it's developed. So I've got queen across to try and move the defending bishop. Or I can maybe play bishop up. I like the idea of queen across, actually. Just creates a simple idea to remove the defending bishop. Black can obviously do the same sort of thing. It's relatively symmetrical, not quite, but relatively. Yeah, he's basically gone for exactly the same concept. So I'm going to go forward first and trying to move this defending bishop. So we're going to see that copycat idea. So I'm going to take. Now what do we do? I'm going to play rook across, so if he doesn't take, I've got the option to drop back. He does. So how do we make any positive progress? So at least we've still got e3 should the knight come in. So we can maybe try and push on this side, maybe. Obviously, the queen doesn't want to stay on c1 now. I'm not sure where to go. h4 feels a little bit early, so we're probably going to see this. No, is that a problem? I'm not sure it is. Or do I do this and try and blast? Here, pawn down, just completely ignore it. Pawn up. Takes, take. You're probably going to see a pawn push at some point though. I'm just looking at a simple idea here or here. I could do this and encourage the pawn push, but I'm not sure I want to. I don't want to go here because then I can't ever come back. Not easy, is it, to break through? I'm just going to go e3 for now, just preparing a concept to push. If down, I'm most probably going to take and then a3, I think. And now at some point I'm going to try and push on if we can. I'm not sure what to do. Queen up and across, it kind of invites an attack which might come anywhere. So maybe here, down and counter. Here he's launching forward. That is quite bold. So can we try the concept of pushing on? Here encourages this, but it also means the knight's then jumping in. So I'm looking at queen up and up or queen here. I like queen here actually, I think. It prepares to push in. It helps to reinforce this. Maybe you can still do it in any event and just ignore this. He has. Okay, I think I should take there and try and open it up at least partially. At least partially. So now we could check. We can just ignore and push on. I think I like the look of that. I'm just going to push. Here, I'll take back. I don't think I can go with the F pawn. Generally, you take in over. But you can imagine once this knight is open, queen across, there's a bit of a problem here. So he has taken. So could I ignore it and take here? Is that just too stupid? I think it is. I think I take here, but my knight's a bit loose now. Not quite sure where we're going. I don't think he'll take here, but he could do. Knight takes, queen check. Pawn takes, knight takes. Let's just worry about when it's our move. Yeah, he's played forward to attack the knight. Logical. Very logical. So rook up. If he takes, he's now overloaded me here, hasn't he? So I've probably just blundered here. Although I've got knight back maybe. Let's go back and hit the queen. You don't have a check, at least for one move. This is also covered. And I'm attacking the queen, so potentially I can grab the pawn before the black knight jumps in. Or you can just take immediately. So I have just completely fluffed that, haven't I? Just not paying attention, missed that completely. So rook across, takes. Yeah, I've just blundered this game. Okay, this game's gone wrong, so this should be a loss in, not too many moves. Should be a relatively quick loss here. I mean, takes, and knight d4 looks very strong for black. Probably got to play f4, then knight f3, or that sort of idea if I can, but difficult to see how we achieve it. So I'd expect the knight to come in. So here, I'm wondering if he's got this. Now, I could check and go here, but I don't see how I get this pawn ultimately. Maybe I can launch here, but this is going to be loose. Obviously, I need knight here to charge the knight, but I need the pawn forward first. But you've got g5. Maybe I can just take. I'm going to have to play this because I've got to try and challenge this knight. No good leaving this knight here at all. If g5 now, I might have to take. My pawn structure is completely shattered then. Yeah, he's gone across. So I'm going to take a knight over. He's got rook down check actually, which I've just realised. I've just played this game shockingly, haven't I? Yeah, I played a shocker a game here. Just rook down, have to trade, and it's over. Knight takes. There's no counter player. It's probably +5 or something for black here. It's just completely winning, I think. Yeah, it's what he's going for. Come across. I'll just play this like a bullet game now. I think I've given up on this one. So where do we go? The knight's definitely not getting trapped. He wants a check there, so I'm going here. Obviously, dangerous check threat. Knight here, you can still always come back. I need to try and do this, but again, black can maybe just simply get an outside pawn. I'll have to try this if I can, but I don't quite see how. Oh, here now, you come forward, check, you step over. Here, knight up, here. Now I've got to try and push forward. So down here. Okay, he's gone for that, so can I step forward here then? I don't see anything else. I'm playing the game a bit too quickly, but I've kind of mentally switched off in a way, because I can just tell it's essentially a lost game. Obviously you shouldn't do that, but I have. Down here, I'm probably going to have to counter push and hope I can defend. I don't think I can, but I say sometimes you just play games and you never know if your opponent might go wrong somewhere. You just never know. So what on earth can we do though? Here doesn't feel good. Let's just come back and hit the knight. Here, takes, takes, takes. He's always got this outside pawn. Takes, takes, and I don't think that's good for me. So he's jumped across. Okay. Now he's over there. I'm going to try and create an outside pawn here. Okay, now he's gone there. Let's go for it then. I don't think I've got anything though, like I say. I think this is just lost. I think it is. Okay, so he's pushed forward. So knight down, I guess you just go here and I'm completely locked out. So what about knight here to hit this pawn? If you push, I can counter, right? Let's go here and just hit the pawn. If he pushes, I mean, I guess I could come back and pressure. I shall have to think about that. He's gone back. Okay. So he wants to go here. So if I go here, where's he going? He's maybe just going there, and then I can't go here. But if I let him here, I can't guard this. So here, across. I can't let him go here, so I have to go this one. So knight across will be played to attack my pawn, and I can't defend it with a king. So check, takes, check. Can I push this? Can I ignore it and grab this pawn? Knight takes here. And just start running. He's going to go here. I don't see what other move he's looking at, but he's clearly playing well, and he has indeed ignored it and pushed. So he's offering a knight for a knight, but doesn't that give me a chance to check first? I can check. And where's his knight going to go? He can't go to these now. So if I check, doesn't matter where you move, just move the king somewhere. Can I play a move like just knight back? I could take, takes, knight back. I like the idea of check to try and create the passed pawn. So check, say wherever you move, I take here and you take here. Am I suddenly back in it then? But here, takes, knight down, we immediately threaten the pawn. You've got knight here to hit mine, we swap pawns. And if I guard, am I still back in it? Can I try and win it with this is what I'm looking at. Check down, check, and I take the knight. So here, you can't go there. You could go here. Take, take, king. Well, my king's stuck trying to guard here, so I'd have to run, wouldn't I? I think I can go for this, so I'm going to do it. Because I've got two potential pawns. I can do this and push my pawn. So I'm going to do it. I think I've blundered though. I have to keep my king here, and he can actually counterpunch this, and he's quicker. He's quicker with this, yeah. He queens first. Or does he? Actually, he doesn't. He doesn't. But I might get checkmated anyhow. Let's go here. I can't go here with queen behind. I can go there now, but do I do this? But then he's got check here. I honestly don't know. I think I have to go this way. But even if I block with a queen and we trade queens, he's got the pawn here, so no, there's nothing for me. There's nothing for me. I should have just dropped back, I think, and tried to avoid the checks. Eventually he'll check and he'll collect the pawns with him. Yeah, it's over. I thought I had a chance there, but I've realised I don't. So let's go here. Unless I get endless checks, it's the only chance I've got. So I need to be on a dark square, so he can't take the pawn with a check. I've got to stay on a dark square, but not this one, because then he takes with a check. So with 2 pawns down, my only chance is to get endless checks. So again, back to a dark square. As soon as he does a pawn push, I can start checking. And he's down to a minute, so back on the dark square. I've got a minute here. I need to use a bit of time, don't I? But again, I've got to go on the dark square, I think. I think I've already figured that out. If I go here, does it make a difference? Here, he goes here, then he's driving me, isn't he? So I'll go here, actually, yeah. Again, back to the dark square. If he takes, I can start checking. Might be absolutely nothing whatsoever, but I can start checking. So where do we check? Here, and he can't go forward. So that looks like it makes good sense. But he's guarded his pawns. So if I go here, it doesn't actually create a mate threat, does it? Check. He can't go here because of this. So check. Oh, he's blundered it. I don't believe it. He's blundered the game. I cannot believe it. Wow. That's why you play on, isn't it? He's blundered the queen in the game. That is unbelievable. I assume I want the outside pawn because my king can stop these. I've actually turned it round. How the heck did I do that? Well, that's a lesson, isn't it? I was mentally switched off there and I've played on and somehow swindled it. Let's put that one through the analyzer. Boy, that was a swindle. It felt like I was like -5 or something, didn't it? Let's just see what the engine says. The accuracy won't be good, clearly, but... I managed to get up that little bit on the clock, and it made the difference in the end. It made the difference in the end, wow. Yeah, you can see here I'm well down. Yeah, -4, -5. That's kind of what I thought. Oh, my opponent's blundered somewhere here, back to level, and then I went wrong again. So in the end game again, not quite paying attention in this position. Oh, I should have gone into the dark square. That's what I was saying. Stay on the dark square, not the light square. But I thought after check, he's eventually driving me back to the corner and he'd collect with a check. So I had the right idea, stay on the dark square. But I thought he was able to drive me over. So yeah, here. So all the way through this, I was what, minus... When we traded the queens, that's when I thought I was really worse off. So this is all largely level, and it's only actually less than 0.1. It felt worse than that to me, so I haven't assessed the position correctly. So in this position, this is where I've gone wrong. Actually, taking the knight was a blunder. We're actually level. I should have just dropped my knight back. And then what you're going to do, you've got a knight check there. I haven't assessed it correctly, so I actually played it kind of better than what I thought I was playing it. I've done actually better than my opponent there. 85% versus 80% accuracy in the end. But yeah, at this point I was right. I got into a position -5. But then this is back level if I do go on this square as opposed to this one. So it makes a difference, because I thought I should be on the dark squares. But then I thought, well, the queen's just going to come over. Here, you're just going to come over. And eventually, you're going to get a check here and push the pawn. There's not much I can do. So it feels like we've kind of got away with one there, but I'll take a bit of good luck when it comes along.